Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts back once again, another reaction for you guys. Today guys, we're checking out the third episode of Season 1 of X-Men 97, and I can't wait to dive into this episode because that cliffhanger, man, something's happening at the end of the episode too, and I love the fact that last week we got 2 episodes of X-Men 97, and it actually made sense when we see them back to back because all the things that went down, and I think one of the biggest things besides the cliffhanger at the end of episode 2, which was so shocking, but also it is a really big turning point, and she was so freaking powerful that he showed off, especially in episode 1 against all the Sentinels. Storm permanently has lost her powers. And they literally, in episode 2 at the beginning, she's like, I've always wondered what it'd be like to be human. I'm like, didn't even really think about it, but I'm like, And then all of a sudden, she loses her powers. Now, obviously, I think they're going to reverse this at some point, like at the end of this season, or at least or something like that. I'm hoping at least. We know they have been working on a season 2. There's been talks of season 3, so maybe it's a long-term storyline to bring Storm's powers back. But regardless, they're showing the stakes of the show and what can really happen to these characters, basically saying none of these characters are really safe. We already, of course, knew that, of course, at the end of the original X-Men 90 series with Professor X being killed and he losing his life. You know, pretty much any character that something could happen to any of these characters. Of course, like I said, look what happened to Storm. So, yeah, and then at the end of the episode, another Jean Grey, it seems, showed up at the end of episode 2, so I'm not sure what the hell's going on. There's a couple of theories people are speculating online, but let's see what happens. Let's dive into it now, guys. I'm excited. Let's check it out. I am loving the return of this show. The animation is very interesting. I like the fact that it's different, but also very reminiscent of the 90s show, but it's updated in its own way. So I'm ready to dive in, guys. Let's check it out. Let's go. Ooh, more new shots. They keep changing up the shots each intro. Oh, okay.
I see a den of confusion and pain.
What?
Laboratory. Then escape.
Darling, are you all right?
I'm fine.
Jean Doe. All in favor?
Every moment is a new and shocking valuation of all we have ever been. They used gamma rays to isolate the hemoglobin properties of both genes' genetic markers, effectively carbon dating each woman on a cellular level. Yours, while identical,
What?
is not. Ergo,
our gene is a clone.
Impossible.
Oh, shit.
I assure you,
He's being silent right now. What?
I fought by your side in countless battles, given my life how many times? You know me.
have to be sure.
Oh, shit.
Storm would have believed me.
I can take him.
He's fine. These tests won't change the fact that I'm Nathan's mother.
Point.
No one is saying that. Of course I trust that. In us.
You never could lie to me, Scott. We should have left when we had the chance. We could still leave.
Jean Grey.
Once I've resolved matters with our superfluous genes, I'll be able to make the final
This is
modifications
crazy they're
and
doing this
move
right
back to
now.
your time. Scientists, like artists, have signatures to their work. I know who cloned Jean. A man so dark and twisted he can be described as nothing other than sinister.
Oh, okay, they're doing it.
Mr. Sinister. But you can call me Father.
You are our son, Nathan.
Yes, that's why I made you.
I'm not Jean Grey.
Fuck, dude.
Come to me.
Oh my god. So when exactly did this happen, though? When?
My queen.
Mommy's busy.
Okay. This is fucking crazy, dude.
Only your dark desire.
It's like Magneto and Rogue have the Danger Room next. Oh, and all tomorrow too. Wow. Rogue's really training her stamina.
Think you just sent his hush puppies up into his stomach. Hit the shower.
Need some help with those hard to reach spaces.
Always with the jokes, eh, Morph? As if I don't know.
swamp with the rest of them nasty thieving critters. Ready? I found myself a real man.
This is fucking creepy. Dude.
Not you.
This is fucking crazy.
Parents, my boy, failed to sire a child with the proper wife.
Look, this is not my son. Mutant freak.
Ugh.
I think one of us is on the wrong floor. Gambit can never unsee that.
Of course you couldn't.
Downstairs, now! What the heck is going on?
Well,
Figured it out.
and now they're falling into hell. This is insane, dude.
Hit me! Time for an exorcism, punks!
Oh shit. That fucking shot, man. That was awesome. That's cool. The actual gene. Unless it's another trick, but still, I don't think so. Yeah, I'm assuming this is, yeah, I think it's the real gene.
Who am I? Say my name, Scott.
Hmm.
No? Allow me. I am the Goblin Queen.
I figured as much. I'm like, okay, this is what they're doing right now.
Follow.
Cyclops, status report.
Sinister created the clone. He made her so he could get his hands on our son.
Then he started cutting up mutants, stealing our DNA to enhance himself, prolong his life. He can even take away their will.
I should know. Sinister has plagued us far too long.
Yeah.
And it is time the madman pay for his malevolent appropriation.
I like the bat transition. That was good. Alright.
The combination of your parents' unique genetics makes your potential unlimited, your powers untold.
Remember, Jean is Sinister's victim too. She's under his control.
Use the powers of your mind.
Shit. She was not listening to him. Ooh!
Want to fight you, comrade?
Oh my god. Shit. That was a cool shot. Watch it.
I applaud your magnetism.
Damn.
Look at you. A villain playing dress up as a hero. I should have you as a toy.
This is crazy.
Don't worry. You'll bleed too, darling.
Darling. This is... I'm just overwhelmed by this episode right now.
I remember you.
I'm glad you do.
Deeper.
So you can see how this is happening, okay?
Scott, this ends now.
Oh shit. Wait, what?
I was Phoenix. Me, power incarnate.
Oh shit.
Power? Is that all you can remember?
Hello there. Do you know who I am, Jean?
They say I think too much.
Well,
Don't worry.
maybe, but not here to fix you.
Think too.
Patty, watch out! Can you say which of these memories are yours and which are mine? Can
Good
you?
question.
I think so.
She's trying to prove that I'm the real Jean, you're the clone, but it's the opposite, but still. This is clearly the son, but are they going to answer when Jean switched?
How could I forget? He's more than a memory. He's a living reminder of the purest love two people can share.
It broke.
Let's go save Nathan.
Okay.
What we have in store for this.
Stop talking.
Impossible.
Dad!
The boy.
Oh shit. Is it now? Oh
Monster!
What?
Done!
Exposing Nathan to it in the hopes of making him invincible. Figure it out.
Invincible, it's another show.
Please. Sinister's variant is too advanced.
This band,
Only got enough juice for Nathan and I.
Meaning, we can't go with you.
Shit.
No, there has to be another way. Don't any of you know how it feels to be abandoned? I won't have him feel that.
This is terrible, man.
But you are perfect, my baby.
He wasn't there for very long, and now he has to go to the future to get cured. This Sinister's a fucking asshole.
We don't know when Sinister switched us. Who really was the Phoenix? Which of us married Scott? All we have now is the future. Call me Madeline Pryor. Farewell, Madeline.
This is weird, but it ends like that. It really ends like that. Oh.
Who are you? Name's Forge, Storm. An old friend of Charles Xavier.
Oh.
Help you get back what you've lost.
And there you have it, guys. It was indeed the Goblin Queen, Madeline Pryor. There were some other theories going around about what this other gene could mean, and the way they kind of handled it in this episode, I think, was one of the better ways they could have, at least in my opinion. Now, there is still one thing that they did address, but they actually didn't confirm, and I feel like they're probably never going to confirm, because, I don't know, I feel like because with Mr. Sinister and everything, they won't. They're not confirming when the switch occurred. When our gene, well, the original gene, was switched with the clone, who is actually the Goblin Queen, Madeline Pryor. They addressed it when they're both talking, saying, we don't know when Mr. Sinister switches. We don't know who married Scott. We don't know who became the Phoenix. So they're leaving it up in the air. They're basically leaving it up to our own interpretation, but there is no real way for us to really know. And I feel like they may actually address this and actually give us a definitive time or stamp a date. This is when the switch occurred, but they may not, which is whatever. But it definitely is crazy, because when we see this other gene, we're like, what the fuck is going on? Like people, like, it seemed like people automatically, as soon as the episode ended, I actually checked Twitter real fast, was just scrolling through a little bit here before I recorded the review, and it seems people were pretty much assuming immediately it was the Goblin Queen when the episode aired last week. Episode 2 aired. They immediately, like, there's people that already just kind of knew it was the Goblin Queen, but I'm like, there's other possibilities. I mean, there is potential other things that could be happening here. This episode was dark and brutal, because literally there is some moments that you really question, like, because there were some dark moments in the original 90s show, but not, I don't think to this extent, not that I can remember. But the whole entire House of Horrors situation going on in the X-Mansion was some pretty intense shit, especially when they're in hell and everything. That whole Bishop scene where he like gets hit with Cyclops beams and everything, and just going crazy, killing all those demons or whatever. Well, demons. That was really awesome to see. And just in general, like them all seeing some really creepy shit, like Gambit, of course, walking in on Magneto and Rogue. And right before that, on the Danger Room, and Rogue and Magneto were having all these sessions together in the Danger Room and shit, and then he sees them like in this jungle kind of setting and stuff, and it's like, oh, creepy, and they're like melting into each other. It's like, the fuck. And then you have these other things where Morph is like seeing Wolverine in the shower or whatever, and then Mr. Sinister is revealing himself and everything. Like, they don't waste too much time to get to Mr. Sinister is involved somehow. And they do give some backstory in case you're, like, unfamiliar with Mr. Sinister. Like, he was around in the 1800s, he was a scientist, and then he's been experimenting on mutants to prolong his life. Sorry, it's like 5:21 in the morning as I'm filming this. And a lot of crazy shit with Mr. Sinister, right? And when they show his dark castle and shit, I'm like, yeah, they're fucking, like, really showing the darkness of this episode, and just the creepiness and everything. Interesting choice of characters that were used to go fight the Goblin Queen and go after Mr. Sinister and everything, because Magneto was like, he didn't want Wolverine, but it actually was probably the best option for him not to go with them on this mission to go after Mr. Sinister and everything, because he was one to actually help Jean. He was one to help her get her back to a place where she can actually get into the mind of the Goblin Queen, Madeline. And then they start seeing things. They start seeing different things, like, through, like, their own history, you know, in quotes. Because, you know, Jean actually has these memories. And Madeline thinks she does. Like, you know, you stole this from, like, she's like, you stole it. This is my memories, my thing. And the little moment where we see young Jean Grey meeting Professor X for the first time. And, apparently, her best friend died during that scene. Or something like, I thought she saved her, but apparently she didn't, or maybe I misheard that. But like, a lot of stuff went down in this episode. And then on top of that, Nathan is infected with the disease that unfortunately he isn't cured from, because, or at least I don't think he is, because he ends up in the future because Bishop took him. He's Cable. And my God, they found a way to make it work. It's unfortunate that Scott and Jean, well, Madeline, the real mother here, in this situation, were not able to be parents to Cable. They were there for a very short amount of time when he was a very little baby. Mr. Sinister had to fuck this all up, but they had to find a way to make it work, because the 90s show never got to the point of getting to the point of Nathan, aka Cable. So they found a way to bring it into the mix, and then he's gone and he's in the future with Bishop. Here's the thing. The question is, does Bishop come back by himself? Does something happen? I think so, maybe, or maybe he's gone from the show now. I don't know, because he went to the future, so I don't know. We'll find out. We'll see what happens, but because see now, as far as I know, because I don't think screeners have went out past episode 3, because when they had their like premiere or something a number of weeks back before episodes 1 and 2 came out, they showed the first 3 episodes. So the people that got to see the show early got to see the first 3 episodes early. So now we have now hit the point, and now we're going to be passing the point where we don't know what's next, or at least no one really knows what's going to happen next. Like, so man, this episode was intense. It was really, really good, and I cannot wait to see what happens next, because man, I'm really enjoying the 90s. I'm really enjoying the 90s show. Of course I did. But I'm really enjoying X-Men 97. I'm really enjoying what they're doing here, because they are going all out in each episode. And they end, of course, in the episode with Storm potentially having a way, maybe, to get her powers back, which I knew they were going to do this at some point. Didn't expect it in the very next episode after she loses her powers to then be told, I'm here to help try to give back what you used to have, or basically give back, a part of you or whatever, like the thing that you're missing now. Like, and here's the thing, Beast said it's permanent, or at least he thinks it's permanent in terms of what's happening, what happened to Storm. Maybe not. Maybe there's a way. And what is that way exactly? I don't know. But man, this is lots of moving at once. And I cannot wait to see what happens. And I really love the fact that they're giving a lot of love and attention to the show, and really in a lot of care for the show, because this is just so good. I can't get enough of the fact that they brought the show back. And now I'm just wondering, bring back the Spider-Man 90s show. They had a plan for another season. It didn't happen. Bring it back. Spider-Man 98. I think that's what people were kind of referring to it as. I think it ended in 97 or something like that. So maybe do Spider-Man 98. Just bring back that show as well, and just continue the storylines they were trying to do there. At least give that show a proper conclusion, if you will. That'd be great. But anyways, X-Men 97 episode 3, intense shit. Goblin Queen, that was confirmed, and Storm may get her powers back at some point. Nathan unfortunately goes to the future. We don't know when the switch was with Madeline and Jean, but man, it was crazy. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Can't wait for next week's episode. Talk to you guys soon. Peace out.